sitting to receive. It's receive it and try and put it out again. It's a bit like what happened at school. We go to school and we do five, six, seven classes in a day. We go home. We do some homework. We come back to school the next day. Five or six, seven, eight classes again. Homework. We did that for 9 months, 10 months. And then what happened at the end of 10 months before the summer break? Exam. Do you remember? Exam. Why was there an exam? To see could we recall what we'd heard? Could we recall what we learned? And that was the secret for me in this industry. I was hearing all this stuff, but I wasn't using it. I wasn't recalling it. I wasn't sharing it. And only when I started to recite it or call a friend and say, hey, Tom, I was on a great training last night. My goodness, there was so much content, but there was two or three things that really hit me. It was this, blah, 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 blah. And then also I learned that blah, 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 blah. And as I threw that back out to my team, I was internalizing it. And when it's inside you and you can repeat it, it became part of my library. And that's how I started to grow in the industry. And it took me a long time to understand, wow, I've been sitting at all these trainings, and whilst they were great and whilst they were enjoyable, it wasn't helping me. And I realized at one point it was to take notes. And what I used to do was I used to take notes on a particular training. I would write down the date. I would put here the date at the top, memo number, date. I would write down who the speaker was, or maybe there was multiple speakers. I would write down the subject, and I would try to take notes and pay attention at the same time. So I was kind of writing on my knee and looking. And if a slide came up, take a picture. And I was trying to learn and absorb. And I think those of you that become sponges and absorb and immerse yourself in the information, and not only that, when the training's over, go to your notes and talk your way through the training session. Go, right, yes, I started there. Then he talked about that. And then what did he do after? Yeah, he talked about that. And then what does this note say? And you're reading, you're writing, you go, oh yeah, then he did this. And you talk your way through it. And then he got to this slide. He started talking about that. And what did he, blah, blah, blah. And when you do that, then tomorrow, pick up the notes again, like a refresher, and go, okay, let's see. I remember last night. I remember, okay, yes, he did that. He talked about that. Da, 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 da. And as you said it, you've got it two or three times. You heard it at the training. You took notes at the training. You reviewed it after the training. Next day, you reviewed it again. And then you decided, who can I share this with? How can this information, or is there any part of this information that might help the progression and the development of my team? So that's really what you should be looking for. That's certainly what I look for when I'm trying to develop a business. And as soon as I started to learn this stuff, my business started to grow quite successfully. And the only reason I'm telling you that is because I don't want you to come to 10 trainings and go, oh, it's just the same training. Oh, he said the same thing. No, it's not about that. And it's about you attending and having your whole team attend. You see, the people that need this the most is not you. The people that need this the most are not here right now. And that's what you have to think about. And that's why you have to absorb it and bring it to them. And that's how your team's going to lock in. It's like, imagine a football team and the game's on Saturday, but they never come to training. And they're not there on Monday night. And they're not there on Tuesday night. And they're not there on Wednesday. And they're not there on Thursday. And nobody's training on Friday because the game's tomorrow. But the players show up to the game on Saturday and they all look at each other, ready to go. Yeah, where are you going? Well, where's he playing? Why am I here? Why is he there? There's confusion because they haven't worked as a team. They haven't prepared. They haven't done a drill. They haven't practiced. They haven't got match fit. They haven't a strategy. And without these things playing against, the other team's going to beat them. So that's what you have to think. How can I absorb this information, get it into my team, or get my team involved, get them here onto the call. Now, let's move on and cover a few subjects. What I like to do, and you have to really think again that this is designed for your new members this week. Uh, this week I've had about 6,500 people join the team. 6,500 people. Um, those guys need training, and there's not 6,500 people on this call. I noticed a little interruption there. Is the internet bad? Maybe it's because the running man's up the stairs, or let me just move him on. Um, there was over 6,000 people joined my team this week, but there's not 6,000 people on this call. It's very low numbers tonight. We have 140 on tonight's call. And you would imagine that all the new people should be at the training because this is their first look at the business. Apart from a presentation, they need to know some things about the business. They need to understand a little bit more about the products. They need to understand a little bit more about the philosophy and how the direct sales industry works. They've got to learn about their personal goals and what they want to achieve from the business. They've got to learn more about the compensation plan. And the presentations Monday to Thursday are just an overview. They're just a quick flash 45-minute overview. There's a whole lot more to the business. And what I like to do is strip down certain parts of the business and help the new members on board, help them get a little bit more comfortable. That's what it's about. So I always tell the new people, whilst I find it very easy to show you how to build this business, I think it's so simple. The point is, unless I know why you want to build a business, it's very, very difficult to get you the results you need. See, if you wanted a brand new car, and I said to you, well, when do you want to get the car? You think, well, I'll get the car in about a year and a half from now when I have enough money to buy it. And I go, no. You could get this car in 6 weeks from now, because all we need to do is focus on a deposit and a steady flow of income to make the payments. So if you'd like a new car, I can show you how to get one in 6 weeks. In fact, I've introduced a guy to the business who got himself a Mercedes inside 6 weeks, and inside 16 weeks he got himself a new Rolex. And these started things that he wanted were matched by the activity he needed. You see, if you say you want a new car in 6 weeks, I'll say, yes, that's possible, but it's not possible sitting at home with your arms folded. It's not possible unless you're bringing people to the presentation, until you're developing, until you're ranking up. So there's a lot of action required to get to where you want to be. And when, let's say you said you wanted this new car and you're here tonight and you're here next week and you're here next week, and then the next week you don't show up, and I go, okay, why are you not here? And the next week you do show up, and then the next week you don't, and then the next week you don't, and the next week you're gone. Because what you have to do here is you have to trick yourself into staying close to the fire. When you're close to the fire, you're warm. You're getting the information. You're getting the updates. You're in the scene. But when you go away from the fire, you get cold and cold and colder and colder. And if you let yourself get away from the fire, you're going to go cold. And maybe that's not what you want. And if I know your why, if I know you want this car, that's the thing that gets you back. I know you missed the meeting last week, and I understand you had an excuse for that. But you don't have excuse for 2 or 3 times to miss it. You're not focused on your goal. You're not hungry enough to want to work enough to get this car, or whatever it is. I'm only using the car as an example. It doesn't have to be something like that. It could be anything. Maybe you just want to be able to get rid of your credit card debt. I just want to get rid of this debt. I just don't want people knocking my doors. I just want to live peacefully. I want rid of the stress, whatever it is. When I know your why, then I know how to keep you in touch. Then I know how to keep you on target. Then I know how to help you get to where it is you need to go. So that's a very, very important thing. So the first thing you need to do is make a decision. Are you here for fun? Are you here to be passive? Are you here to be active? There's no problem being passive. If you're passive, you don't need to be on this training, because all you need to know is how to deposit and how to withdraw. Once you know those 2 things, you don't need to do anything else. So that's the training over for somebody that wants to be passive. But if you want to create a life-changing income, there's people making almost $20,000 a day in this business. $20,000 a day. Some people won't make $20,000 in a year, but there are people already making $20,000 a day in this business. I saw one guy in Dubai who'd made in a day and a half $54,000, and that's without a bonus. That's without any of the rank bonuses. $54,000. So in one day. Now, most people can't believe that's possible. Well, it is. I saw it. And I know what my own account's doing, and you know what your account's doing. It's it's where your goals are aligned and what you're prepared to do that will take you to the thing you need from this business. So it starts with a decision. Are you here part-time, full-time, anytime, no time? What are you going to do with this? Are you going to commit? You have to think about it. What I do is I trick myself into saying I invested $500,000 in this business. That's what I trick myself. I say, you know what? It's like buying a shop on the high street. I bought this building. It's filled with product. It's ready to do business. Am I willing to work in that shop? Am I willing to open the doors at 8 o'clock? Am I willing to clean the windows? Am I willing to turn off the alarm? Am I willing to stack the shelves? Am I willing to serve the customer? Am I willing to do the bank lodgements? Am I willing to order more product? Am I willing to service my customers? Am I willing to close that shop again tonight? And am I willing to come back tomorrow and do that again and again and again and again, like you would in a job? You get up in the morning, you go to work, and you go again and again and again and again. You're building somebody else's dream when you're working for them, but here you're working for yourself. You're not working for Aurum. You're not working for your introducer. You're not working for your parents. You're working for you and your family. It's your business, and you have to give it that commitment. And that's how I get my success: is I attach a massive amount of value to what this can produce, but I put a massive amount of effort to meet my goals. Yeah. And when you do that and all these things come together, you can have success. So it starts with a decision. What are you prepared to do? And today is the first day of the rest of your life. Yeah. Today is the first day of the rest of your life. We can't do anything about yesterday. That's gone. But we can do something about tomorrow. And what we need to do is we need to plan tonight. And you need to write a list down of what it is you want to do tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm going to get 2 new customers and I'm going to get 1 new affiliate. There's a good goal. I'm going to talk to 2 customers. It might just be passive, $100, $500. And I'm going to look for a new affiliate. And I'm also going to try and increase my rank. And I'm going to help my frontline person go Voyager. What else could I do tomorrow? I'm going to revise the training notes. I'm going to talk to 2 people tomorrow and tell them what I learned tonight. I'm also going to write a list of 101 goals. That's what you should do. You should write down 101 things that you want. And it could be anything. You might want some new clothing. You might want to tidy up the bathroom, get it retiled. You might want to do an extension on the house. You might want to go on a holiday. You might want to change the car. You might want to give your kids the best education. You might want to give to charity. 101 goals is not hard to do. And you write them down, and then you prioritize them. Then you focus in on them, and then you make a plan. You make a plan for 2026. Hey, 1 month is gone. Wow. Can you believe that? 1 month is gone. I've just had my most successful month of my life financially. The most successful in the month past. What about you? And I believe 2026 is destined to be my best year in the industry based on what's happening in my business now. But that just didn't come in January. That came from the effort I put in. I started in April 25. In the first month, I talked to 1 person who did nothing else. Didn't do any Zooms. Didn't have any Zooms. For a whole month, I just watched this. But I introduced 1 great person. Then I went to Antalya. And I met Brian Benson. I spent 3 days with Brian. When I came away from Antalya, I said, I'm going to outwork everybody. I'm going to do 5. I said to myself, I'd do 3 Zooms a day. I'm doing 5, 6, 7, or 8 Zooms a day. You know, it's just incredible. I mean, if I take any day here, let's say I take Wednesday. At 10 in the morning, I spoke to Sam, right? And that was 10 o'clock in the morning. At 12 noon, I spoke to the team in India, and they had 6 leaders on for a special call that we did. At 1 o'clock, I was on with Jason, um, and who did we do, Jason? We did, yeah, the GM in Korea. At 3 o'clock, I had another Zoom into the United States. At 5 o'clock, it's empty. I don't know why. Did I do? Maybe there was a Zoom, but I just haven't written it in. At 6 o'clock, I was in Belgium, uh, working with Peter. No, I wasn't in Belgium. I was here. Peter was in Belgium, so I did a presentation into Belgium. At 8 o'clock, I did my Zoom, and at 10 o'clock, I was on with the Brazilian team, and John Piera from Portugal. So that one day, for example, did one, two, three, four, five, six, 7 Zooms that day. And the next day, just I got Wednesday. On Thursday, I did one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, 8 Zooms on the next day. So why am I showing you that? Because if you had a shop, tell me this, would you open it at 8 or 9 o'clock in the evening and close it an hour later? Is that what you would do? And do that one day a week? Would you open your shop one day a week? Or would you open your shop every day, or maybe take 1 or 2 days off? What would you do? And that's what you have to do with this business. You have to treat it like a business if you're looking for a business type of income. And you've got to plan out what you can do this year. And you do that in your diary. You need to get one of these books. You need to start writing. I mean, some of you probably have digital versions of this. I don't like it because if there's a diary in my phone, it's in my phone. I can't see it. I can't turn the page. I can't write on it. I can't look at it. I can't stroke it out. I can't take notes. And therefore, I like the old school stuff because it keeps me on track for my appointments. I don't think anybody will ever find that I'm late for an appointment. It's quite possible I could be, or I could have an internet connection that would let me down. But since I started, I'm always here first. I'm always on time. Uh, I think you'll find that with me because I treat my business seriously. And my business rewards me appropriately because I'm willing to put in that effort. And, if some of you have a full-time career or job, I understand that. But you can still have a very successful business using 10 hours a week. 10 hours a week, you can have a very successful business part-time. And people will say, well, I don't have 10 hours a week. And I say, well, let me see the screen time you spent on your phone this week. Go and look at the screen time. Many of you are spending 3, 4, 5 hours a day on your phone. How much do you make with social media? How much do you make flicking through Facebook and TikTok and Insta? How do you make money doing that? I don't do that. I don't watch TV. I can't make money watching TV. I don't play golf. I can't make money playing golf. So until you don't need money, I think you got to focus on developing a really, really serious attitude around your business if you want that big, big, big success. But 10 hours a week is great to start with. And to get 10 hours a week, most people say, I don't have 10 hours a week. I'm too busy. I'm at work all day. I come home. I'm tired. I have to look after the kids. I have no time. No, 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 no. Plenty of time. I mean, I don't finish till maybe 1 or 2 in the morning. I'm up quite early. I'm usually up between 7 and 8 in the morning. I go to bed at between 2 o'clock and 3 in the morning. There's plenty of time. And if you go to bed 1 hour later every night than you normally do, and if you get up 1 hour earlier than you normally do, there's 2 hours a day, 7 days a week, is 14 hours a week. And then just use those hours productively in your business. And then when you use the multiplication factor, you see, if you do 10 hours and you find 3 people to do 10 hours, how many hours are going into your business? 40 hours. You're putting in 10. These 3 people are doing 10 like you. That's duplication. Now there's 40 hours going into your business, which is the same as a full-time job. Now, when those 3 introduce 3 that do 10 hours, there's 90 hours, plus the 30 hours, plus the 10, there's 130 hours. There's 3 weeks' work being done in 1 week in your business. And when you go to the next generation, 3, 9, 27, if 27 people did 10 hours a week each, that's 270 hours. Plus the 90, plus the 30, plus your 10, that's 400 hours a week. You know how many hours there are in a week? What is 24 multiplied by 7?
24 times 7 is 168.
There's 168 hours in a week if you never went to bed. But I've just shown you how to get 400 hours a week going into your business. Better than traditional business. This business pays better than traditional conventional business. Why? Because of leverage and lack of overhead. You don't need a shop, you don't pay rent, you don't pay rates, you don't need insurance, you've no deliveries, you've no marketing. All you need is an internet connection and you're in business, and $20. That's the secret of this industry. That's why this industry is the best industry in the world. Most people don't know that. It's the best paying industry. Yeah? So the next thing is to take action. What kind of action? Correct action. Lots of you are taking action, but maybe it's the wrong action. Maybe you're saying the wrong thing. Maybe you're telling people too much. Maybe you're getting, maybe you're acting strange. Does that sound right? Maybe you're acting strange. Maybe you're not yourself. You get up to somebody and you're afraid to tell them about it, or you're afraid of what they might say, and you're not approaching it right. So you've got to learn to take the correct action. And the correct action, I'll give you a few examples later, of things you might want to say or things you might want to do. But what I do is I don't ask the person directly, are they interested in this business? I don't ask them themselves, because why? I don't want them to say no to me. And you don't want anybody to say no to you. You don't like that. It's called rejection. You don't like rejection. So you avoid it. I'm not going to ask him in case he says no. I'm not going to ask her. She's too busy. I'm not going to ask him. He drives a fancy car. Oh, I don't even know him, so I'm not going to ask him. So you're ruling out everybody, and all these people do want this. They just haven't seen it yet. You just haven't shown them it. So I use a third-party approach. I say to them, who do you know that might be interested in earning more money in 2026 than they've earned in 2023 and 2024 and 2025 combined? Who do you know? Huh? I says, who do you know might be interested in making more money this year than they've made this last 3 years together? If everybody would be interested in making more money in 1 year than they made in 3 years. Everybody, like who? Who do you know? My sister's husband. Why would he want more money? Oh, he lost his job about 3 months ago, and he's finding it very difficult to get work. So he wants more money. Yeah. Who else do you know? Uh, uh, my brother's son, my nephew. Well, what's wrong with him? Well, he was a lorry driver, and he was getting out of the lorry one day, and he hurt his leg, and he can't get into the lorry anymore. And he can't push in the pedals, like he's off work, and he needs more money. He's struggling. He's in trouble with his mortgage, and okay, who else do you know wants more money? Uh, Everybody. But who? Who? Well, me. Oh, you want more money? Well, I wasn't actually thinking about you, but since you mentioned it, if I were to send you a link to some information, would you take a look at it? Yeah, send me the link. Okay, I'll send you the link later on. Okay, anyway, what's happening? What about the weather? So I go off the subject. So I don't talk about AI. I don't talk about Brian Benson. I don't talk about Binance. I don't talk about Forbes. I don't talk about ZooSpot, because they think you're an alien if you go on like that. You've got to find a natural way and a correct way of doing things. And the reason you didn't ask him was, like, if you asked me, hey, HB, are you interested in making some money? And I go, no, everything's all right in my part of the world. No, I'm cool. People don't want to know that you're needy. People don't want you to know that they really want something, because they want to be proud. They want to say, oh, no, life's great. No, making money? No. Sure, I've got a great job. Look at my nice house. Look at my car. They're too proud to admit it. So they're going to say no to you. So to avoid that, don't ask them. Ask them, who do they know? And they think of other people. And you keep asking that, they go, well, me. Oh, you? Well, I wasn't thinking of you so that you didn't get rejection. That's how it works, guys. So that's one way of doing it. Let me give you another one. There's millions of these. But if you're not practicing them, if you're not writing them down, if you're not testing them, you've got to test them to get comfort. You've got to build your business effortlessly. Write that down. I want to build my business effortlessly. This training to me is effortless. I'm not even thinking about it. I don't know what the next slide is. I don't need to know what the next slide is. I don't know what's going to come out of my mouth next, but it's effortless. It's effortless. It's just talking. It's just training. It's just a conversation. We don't sell anything. We just talk to people. Now, another way to find customers, like I like getting customers on demand. Some people say, I'm struggling. I can't get any more customers. I can't find any reps. I can't find any affiliates. I can get them on demand. Anytime you want them, they're there everywhere if you start using some of these techniques. So I might say to somebody, hey, John, how are you? Oh, great, great, great. Cold old day today, isn't it? Yeah, it's freezing. Yeah, what's going on? I'll tell you what it is, John, what I'm looking for. Do you know any smart people in the Dubai region? Anybody at all? Can you remember any smart business people out in Dubai? Out in Dubai? Can't think. Dubai. Do I know people? Yes, 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 yes. A neighbor of mine's son's a school teacher out there. He's teaching English. Oh, well, why do you want people in Dubai? Well, actually, I'm starting to expand my new business, and I want to develop it out in Dubai. I'm just looking for some. Well, what kind of business have you got? Can you see now he's interested? What kind of business have you got? I said, well, I really wouldn't have time to explain it to you because I'm in a rush here. But what if actually this might help you? What if I send you a link to some information? Would you take a look at that for me? Because I really need some smart people out in Dubai. Maybe if you know that guy, there's something in this for you. I'll tell you what it is. What are you doing at 8 o'clock tonight? 8 o'clock tonight. Don't know. Nothing really. Tea's over at 6:30. Yeah, nothing. Okay. If I sent you a link to some information just before 8 o'clock, will you take a look at it? I'll take a look at it. Okay, great. Here, I must go. Off I go. So I was asking for somebody in Dubai, not him. I did want him, but I just asked him who did he know in Dubai. Then the next person you meet, hey, do you know any sharp people living in Manchester at the moment? In Manchester. Up in Manchester. Who do I know in Manchester? Yeah, there's a couple of guys I went to school with up in Manchester. Who else is up there? Yeah, I have an uncle up there who's got a shop up. But why do you want to know about people in Manchester? I said, well, actually, I'm starting to expand my new business in the Manchester region, and I'm just looking for some real quality people. What kind of business have you got? Wow, it's a kind of a money business. Do you know anybody else who's making money? Everybody's interested in making money. Well, here, if I sent you a link to some information, would you look at it? Yeah. What kind of business? Oh, listen, I'll tell you later on. I'm in a rush here. Hey, by the way, the car's looking well. See you later. Boom, off I go. And that's another. I just plant these seeds, and then when I walk away, I write down their name. Spoke to Tom at 8 o'clock. At 4 o'clock. He is available at 8 o'clock tonight for the meeting. I asked him, did he know any sharp people in Dubai? He said his next door neighbor's son was a teacher. So I'm taking notes on the conversation. I'm going home. I put it in my diary, and I said, okay, I need to get Tom on this presentation tomorrow. I'm going to send him a link, and I need to get him to show up on this link. So there's a way to do that as well. Now, I could do a whole training just on this, but the next thing you want to do is you want to get Tom onto the Zoom. So how would you get him onto the Zoom? So I would ring Tom up and say, hey, Tom, listen, it was good speaking to you earlier. Did I say I would send you a link at 7:30 or 8 o'clock? Oh, yes. Is that tonight? Yeah, it was 8 o'clock you said. Great. I thought it said 7:30. Yes, it's at 8 o'clock. I'll tell you what it is. Would you do me a big favor? I'm going to send you the link in about 10 minutes to 8. Can you go to a quiet place in the house? What? Can you go to a quiet place in your house and turn off your social media? What do you mean turn off my social media? Yeah, this is very important. I don't want any distractions. Would you have pen and paper ready? And I want to make sure you can log in and be here on time. I mean, this information is serious. If you want to make more money in 2026 than you've made in 2023, 2024, and 2025 combined, you need to do this. Yeah, okay. So Go to a quiet place in the house, turn off all distractions, turn off social media, pen and paper, be on time. Right, yeah. So I'm setting him up and I'm reminding him in advance. I'm reminding him in advance because here's what happens. If you go to the Zoom at 8 o'clock and your guest's not on the Zoom, you've wasted a day at work. You've wasted a day at work. Why? Because he didn't show up. Why did he not show up? Because everybody has excuses. Oh, I forgot about it. Oh, was that tonight? Oh, I didn't know where the link was. Oh, somebody called to the house. Oh, the kids were noisy. I forgot. Oh, I was in the middle of watching something and my wife brought the tea. Oh, I had to take my two camels out for a walk. Oh, the budgie got out of the cage and I had to run around the town to catch it. Oh, my daughter had piano lessons. Oh, my car had a flat tire. Oh, I had to cut the grass. You're going to get thousands of excuses. And that's why before the presentation, about 30 minutes before, or maybe an hour before, call them. You see, I'm going to ask you a question. Imagine imagine I agreed to meet you in London at 3 o'clock on Thursday in this particular hotel. And you said, yeah, that's great. I live down in London. I'll see you at 3 o'clock. What sort of hotel? Yeah, I'll see you at 3 o'clock in the hotel. So that was Thursday, and it's a whole week away. So I don't talk to you on Friday. I don't talk to you on Saturday. I don't talk to you on Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Wednesday, I jump in an airplane. Fly over to London, book myself a hotel, get up early in the morning, have my breakfast, spend a bit of shopping, and then head down to the hotel at 3 o'clock, ready to meet you. And I come in at 15 minutes early. I'm sitting at the hotel. Right. Okay, I need a place to sit. I'm going to meet my friend here. There's a table there. I'll get a coffee, and I'll ring my friend to see where actually he is. Hey, Tom, how are you? Who's this? It's HP. HP, how are you, sir? Oh, great. Hey, looking forward to seeing you in about 10 minutes. Listen, I'm just wearing a sports top here at the minute. I'm sitting in the corner beside the fact. Oh, where are you? Where are you? I'm in this hotel in London. Oh my goodness, what do you mean? You're in London? Yeah. Oh goodness, I'm down in Brighton. What? What are you doing in Brighton? I flew over here. I was going to meet you at 3 o'clock. Oh, geez, that today? Oh man, I'm so sorry. Oh, I didn't. I went clean out of my mind. No, I had to leave my kids renting a house down here. I had to go collect some stuff. Oh, gee, are you there tomorrow? I should know my flight's tonight. Can you understand that scenario? So what should I have done? I should have said, "Hey Tom, this was on Thursday. I should have rang him next Tuesday and said, hey, Tom, I'm about to book this flight. I'm popping over on Thursday. You still good for Thursday at 3? And he goes, yeah, Thursday 3's fine. Yeah, it's fresh in his head. Oh, yeah, it's in my diary. Or, oh, no, Thursday's not going to suit me, HP. No, I have to go to Brighton on Thursday. Could we make it Friday? Hold on, let's see what the flights are like. Or the train or whatever it is. Yeah, we can move that to Friday. Same time. Yeah, 3 o'clock Friday. So, and then when I'm at the airport, I'm going to text him, hey, this flight seems to be on time. Look forward to seeing you later. I'll see you at 3 o'clock. I'm always going to prepare for the meeting. Now, that's a live meeting, but it's the exact same for Zoom. Because I built my whole business from this seat. I built this whole business from this computer. Without traveling, without going to meet people for coffee, without doing that. But it's the same principle. If I speak to you on Thursday and you're coming to the Zoom on Tuesday, I'm going to call you on Monday and say, hey, by the way, I'm going to send you the link for that presentation tomorrow night. It starts at 8 o'clock. Can you put a reminder on your phone? Yeah. What I do is for my Zooms, I go, set alarm for 9:55. Label it Zoom at 10. So this phone will ring me 5 minutes before my Zoom. And I go, what's this? Oh, Zoom at 10. Right, where am I? Oh, let's get down to the office. Let's get the computer on. Make sure everything's ready. Make sure the internet's connected. Make sure I have everything ready to go. Get the presentation ready and prepare for your meeting. And that's what you have to do if you want a successful business. And if you want to make sure somebody's on your Zoom, that's what you got to do. You call them on Tuesday and say, hey, are you ready for tomorrow night? Fantastic. I can't send you the link right now. I'm going to send you it tomorrow night. Do me a favor. Can you go to a quiet place in the house? Can you turn off distractions? Can you make sure you've got an internet connection? Will you have pen and paper? What? When you make it important, they'll show up. But if you make it willy-nilly, they'll not show up. So there's certain things you can do and say to help you develop your business. And of course, that's what I mean by start taking the correct action. Start playing with these. These are just things I use. You can twist those about to suit your own, I suppose, style. Your style may not be my style, but you can learn from these and start practicing these. And maybe, you're not going to win every time. It's going to let you down because you fell over, you made a mistake somewhere, or you said the wrong thing, or you told them too much. If they say, well, what's this business about? And I say about 45 minutes. What? What's this business about? It's about 45 minutes. I'll see you on the Zoom. No, 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 no. What's the business about? Oh, it's about making more money. More money this year than you've made in this last 3 years is incredible. Because you don't want to start going into AI, trading, Binance, exchange, Forex. You don't want to go into that language at all. You want them in front of the information and let somebody else present the business for you. That is the secret. Now, the first, I suppose, steps to success is turning the invisible into the visible. What do I mean by that? The invisible things are the things you don't have right now. So that car you want, I know the one you're driving, but the one you really want is not in your driveway, is it? It's not in your garage, is it? It's invisible, isn't it? It's in the car showroom, isn't it? So setting goals is the first step to turn what you don't have into what you do have, the invisible into the visible. So what you do is you get a cup of coffee, you get a book or your diary, you start writing 101 goals, you set an alarm for 30 minutes and stop after 30 minutes and start writing down everything it is you want, 101 things. You might get 37 things down, you might get 22 things written down, you might get 46 things written down. You probably won't get 101 things. My problem is I start thinking about the things I want. Oh, I want to go on a cruise. And I go, oh, what kind of cruise? Caribbean cruise, European cruise, Greek island cruise. I'm starting to think of cruises and who would it take? Will it take all the kids or just me and the wife? Maybe, when are we going to go? What's the weather going to be like? Now I'm losing time because I'm thinking of the goal. That's not the purpose. That's another part. The first part is just getting done. Cruise, extension to the house, new bathroom, change the car, get the kid a new car, best education for the family, give to charity, start a new charity. Whatever it is that you want to do, just write and write and write and write and get as many things you done in 30 minutes. And then do this with your partner, whether that's your spouse or your partner. Let them go to one room and do it. You go to the other room and do it. And when the phone rings, 30 minutes is up, come back into the kitchen, cup of coffee. Okay, let's go. Tell me what you have on your list there. What do you got down for the first one? No, I'm not telling you. You tell me your first one. No, I asked you first. Tell me what you have. A new car. A new car. You've got a car a year and a half ago. You want a new car. Wow, yeah, I like a new car. I really, 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 really like one of these. Well, what have you got down? She's written down a new kitchen. You want a kitchen? There's nothing wrong with our kitchen. No, it's time with a new kitchen. I seen this fancy one in a magazine, and those guys in that new house have a fabulous kitchen. I want to get one. Okay, so you want a kitchen, I want a car. All right, okay. What's the second thing? A holiday. You've holiday number 5. Her 5th one's a holiday. Your second one's a holiday. And what you do is you start looking at both lists, and you start saying, okay, listen, because the family have to be behind you. My kids say, why is daddy down in the office shouting at his computer? That's what they think I do. I shout at the computer. I must be loud. I don't know. Maybe I'm loud in the house, but excuse me. Well, now they know that we're going to the Maldives. We're going to Dubai. We're going to Phuket. We're going to, they know dad's working. We're going on a cruise. We're getting an extension to the house. We're getting a new car. I'm going to university. We're doing this. When they know we're working towards something, then they will support you more, and then your business will be much stronger when you have these goals and this alignment. And you need to look at your career goals, your family goals, your relationship goals, your travel goals. Have you seen the beautiful world God gave us? Do you know what the seven wonders of the world are? Now, there are seven old wonders of the world. There's seven modern wonders of the world. You know, but have you seen the seven wonders of the world? Do you even know what they are? And if you don't know what they are, Google them. That's your homework. What are the seven wonders of the world? I would love to see the Wall of China. I don't know why. You know, I just would. I want to see how massive it is. I want to see how long it is. I want some photographs. I mean, I don't want to walk around it all, but I'll walk a mile on it. I just want to be there to say, hey, I saw the great wonder of the world. I've already seen the Colosseum. Yeah, maybe you want to see the Taj Mahal. Maybe you want to see Machu Picchu in Peru. Maybe you want to see the Redeemer down in Brazil. Whatever it is, I've done most of these. But if there's seven wonders of the world, or 10, or mix the old wonders with the new wonders, let's say there's 15 old wonders and new wonders. Why don't you do 3 this year and get that done? And then next year do another 3, and that's 6 done. And then the following year do 4, and start ticking off some things to do, and start saying, maybe it's the 10 best beaches in the world. You want to go to Cancun, or you want to go to Barbados, or you want to go to the Maldives, or you want to go to Mauritius, or you want to go to, Hawaii. You want to go and find the nice islands, the best islands. Maybe you want to see the Barrier Reef in Australia. Maybe you want to see the pyramids in Egypt. Maybe, start thinking about what's possible here. And most people will tell you can't do these things because I have to go to work. I can't get enough time off work to do what you're talking about. I don't have enough money. Yeah. And this is just excuses. There's endless money out there. Endless money out there. You just need to know how to be receptive, how to receive that money. So, and I think you're going to have a better quality of life. Maybe you're living in the wrong climate. Maybe you have a nice house, but it's not the house you want. Maybe your relationship. You see, financial stress is a big killer on your health. People under financial pressure, it does affect their health in a big, big way. The doctors will tell you that. And it also affects relationships. And that's why I have it down here. What way is your relationships? And maybe because you're working too hard, maybe because you're tired in the evening, maybe, so for things to change, you have to change. You cannot keep doing the same thing and expect a different result. It's just going to be the same thing over and over and over again. So there's things you got to do. For things to get better in your life, you've got to get better. You've got to be the sponsor that you'd want your sponsor to be. Do you understand? You've got to become like them as well. So the other thing is you need to look at things like meaningful things, like not just possessions. That's not really good, meaningful goals. Other important things like, wouldn't it be wonderful to help the homeless? People out in the street. Imagine you could put a $50,000 deposit on a building, or maybe just to get blankets or beds or something to help a center, or maybe eventually to open a center for the homeless, or maybe for the hungry people. That's what's important. Imagine you're able to do that and be remembered for something. Start thinking of these type of things and business goals. Oh, I'd love to own that coffee shop in town, or I'd love to own that hotel everybody goes to. Imagine I could own that. You could, or you could open a competitor hotel, or start letting the thing start to flow. And savings and financial goals. Most people after 90 days, if your money stopped tonight from your business or from your job or from the government, if that money just stopped coming in now tonight, that's it, over, guys. How many days would you survive? Most people will not get past 90 days. They don't have enough money saved. That's what I mean. Have you put away? If you're working for 40 years of your life so far, how much have you got? Have you got 100,000 in the bank? Have you got 70,000 in the bank? Most people don't, because the money comes in and it goes out. The money comes in, it goes out. The money comes in. They have nothing for a rainy day. They have no savings or financial set aside. And these are the things you think about. And once you start working on this, your Aurum business takes a bigger priority in your life. And then you'll start doing more for your business because it's delivering rewards. We all need rewards. Yeah, we all need these rewards. And this company, they don't give us a pen when you hit this rank, and an iPhone or a Samsung when you hit this rank, and they don't give you an iPad or a laptop when you hit this rank, and they don't give you a Rolex watch or a sports car like these other companies, they give you money. And that's why you have to think, when I hit this bonus, I'm going to celebrate with the family. When we hit this, let's say you hit the Vanguard bonus or the Vanguard Pro bonus, you say, you know what? The day after I hit that, I'm taking my family out for a meal. We're just going to celebrate Vanguard Pro. We're going to the nicest restaurant in town. We're going to spend 300 or 400 or 500. We're going to have a lovely meal. We're going to really enjoy it. We're going to celebrate. And you see, when I hit that prime goal or that elite goal, I'm taking the family away for a weekend, or I'm start rewarding the family for the efforts, because it's not just about money. It's treat yourself, and you'll do more again and again and again. Or maybe you go and buy yourself a Rolex. So I don't know if you know this story, but there's a guy in the business I introduced, and he came up to me and he says, "HP, I lost my job." I said, "Oh no, you didn't lose your job. What happened?" "Oh, don't talk to me. I lost my job." "And what are you going to do?" "I don't know. I find it hard to get another job." And he was telling me he's having problems now with his wife because there's no money coming in. They're arguing. He's got 2 kids. And I said, "Listen, you'll never make money working for anybody else. Never, ever, ever can you make money working for somebody else. You're working to build their dreams and not your own dreams. You've got to do something for yourself. You need your own business." And he said to me, "I don't have any money to open a business, and I don't even know what business to open." And I says, "Well, listen, if I could show you a very good business for $20, would you take it seriously if it could change your life?" "Absolutely." He's never in this business before, never in this building a business like this, a network. He's 33 years old, and he started with me 6 months ago. He now has a Mercedes car. His relationship with the family is strong. He bought himself a Rolex watch recently. The same one the tennis player has. What do you call that tennis player? Roger Federer. He's wearing it's the Land Dweller, the Rolex Land Dweller. Very, very hard watch to get. His life has changed. $20 business has changed his life because he sat on my training. He took notes. He shows up every day. He's on every Zoom. He goes to every meeting. He goes to every training. He's building. He's using he's learning. He's willing to learn. If you're willing to learn, if you're willing to work, if you can build an appetite for success, this can work well for you. So let's have a look at how we get registered in the business here.
Hello. Welcome to the Aurum user manual. Today we will show you how to register your account to start investing with Aurum. First of all, input your email address. Secondly, input your phone number. Then, create a password. It should meet the requirements listed below the field. Last but not least, enter your invite code. Press the continue button. You just finished your first step of registration. Now, input your first and last name and choose a username. After that, input your date of birth. Select your country. Be sure to check the terms of use checkbox. Almost there. Press the sign up button. Now, check your inbox. You should get a message from Aurum with the code needed for email verification. Enter the code, press the confirm button, and congratulations. Your account has been successfully created. Thank you for your time.
Very simple 1-minute video. Shows you how to register, to check on your emails, to get that password. You should have that video stored on a link in your notes that you can just forward that to somebody along with your referral ID. If you don't have that, you're not prepared for the business. Imagine somebody come into your shop when they were buying something for $20 and they gave you a $100 note, and you took the 100 and looked down and the product was $20, and you go, "Here, I'm sorry, I can't sell you this product." "Why can you sell me the product? It's $20. There's 100. "Well, I don't have change. I don't have $80 to give you back. I'm sorry. Have you got a 20 on you?" "No, I have no 20. I've just got the 100. "Well, I'm sorry. Can you go somewhere else and get it changed and come back in 20 if you want this?" You're not prepared for the business. You've got to be ready for the business. You've got to be on the spot all the time, guys. So you need to know where that is. You need to learn the EXI bot. I would spend the first 3 weeks on this product. Learn how to reinvest, learn how to turn that off, learn how to top up, learn how to not top up, because you can have 2 separate accounts inside one, or 3 or 4 or 5. You can segregate separate ones, or you can top up an individual account. You need to learn how to do that. You need to know how to withdraw. You need to know the fees and all of that kind of stuff. So learn that product and focus on that product. Maybe a month later, try the Pro and the Zeus. They're both on Telegram right now. You can see that. Why have these red squares? Because these are the ones I've all tried and tested. Then you might want to try the card maybe 2 months from now. You don't need the card the first month because you don't have any money to put on the card. Yeah, you need to make the money to have on the card. Why would you pay $249 for a card when the $249 in the bot would make you more money? The card, you'll spend the money. So think about it logically. It's like starting a business. Well, I need the shop and I need the shelves and I need the products, but I don't need a delivery van. And I don't need all these apps to open my shop. I need to start somewhere. And then later on, I'll add more. And later on, I'll add more. And you build up your repertoire. You build up your product line. And get familiar with all of these products. And I don't know if you've tried the exchange yet. It's very good as well. So you need to start learning where all these products are. But start one, maybe the first month with the first product, second month with the next two, third month start with a card, and slowly. And don't try and sell them all at once. Because if you try and sell too many things, people will be confused. Confusion says no. If I'm confused about something, I say, listen, I don't understand. Sorry, not for me. So keep it simple. The exchange is incredible. You get 17 to 20%. Here's an account here with 0.1 Bitcoin. Can you see that? 0.1 Bitcoin and $1,000. Well, it's not 0.1 Bitcoin. It's 0.1, and now there's extra Bitcoin going onto this account every day. So the staking product, they're not trading. The staking product has immediate liquidity. You can withdraw anytime you want. And the staking product gives you profits every day. Now, the rewards are not as good as one of the bots, but it's better than property, better than the bank, and better than gold. Okay? The Bitcoin, the $1,000 is $1,008. So the customer took out $500 to test the withdrawals. So that's $1,008. If we take away $500 from $1,008, how much is left? 508. Is that right? Well, it wasn't 508, it's 522. Why? Because it keeps paying you $3. And look at the Bitcoin. Well, let's go back. The Bitcoin was 0.10018. 0018. Now it's 0.102. It's moved from 0018 to 02. And then look at it now, 03. And look at the Bitcoin, the USDT up to 28. So the customer put in $1,000. They took out $500, and now they've got 528. So this product gives you free USDT, free Solana, free Ethereum, free USDC, free Bitcoin every day with no lock, and you take out your money anytime you want. So that's a great product on the exchange. Why also is it great is because this company is going to give 50% of the trading fees back to the community. If you use Binance or Kraken or OKX or any other exchange, you get nothing back. Brian Benson is offering 50% of the transaction fees. He's offering that back to us, the community, so that we start using our own products, guys. Good advice. Don't be misled that high earnings are easily achieved. I might make it sound simple, but look, are you prepared to do what I do? Are you prepared to put the time in? Are you prepared to develop your skills? Are you prepared to practice? Are you prepared to do correct actions? Are you prepared to build your lists and your goals? Are you prepared to learn? If you're prepared to do all this, yeah, high earnings could be easily achieved. But don't be misled that they're easily achieved. There's hard work involved. Now, you don't get dirty hands. You've nothing heavy to lift. And it's all teachable. It's all learnable. You know, the company is the same for you as it is for me. The products that you can use are the same ones I get. I don't get any different products. The compensation plan is identical to you as it is to me. And 24 hours a day is all I have, and 24 hours a day is all you have. We are equal. You are equal. And everybody's equal. It's what you do with your time. It's how you employ your best skills in developing this business. It's down to your appetite. Are you hungry enough for success? you want to pay off the mortgage? Do you want to change your location? Do you want a new house? Do you want a new car? Do you want your kids to have the best education? Do you want to set up a charity? Do you want to donate 100,000 a year to cancer? Do you want to donate 100,000 a year to your favorite charity? What is it you want to do? And unless you know that, that's my first slide. Unless you know why, it's easy to show you how, but it's better if we know why, because the why will keep you here. The why will keep you working. The why will keep you learning. Guys, past performance is not indicative of future results. Nobody can tell me the price of Bitcoin this day next week, can you? Nobody can tell me next week's lottery results, can you? So, past performance is not indicative of future results. Cryptocurrency is volatile. Look at Bitcoin heading away down, but guess what? We even make money on the down. That's the exciting thing about the AI. It doesn't get hooked up in emotions. There's 28 strategies there, so it makes when Bitcoin goes up, and it also makes Bitcoin in the dip. And always seek professional advice in no matter what business you're doing. I cover that really on my other trainings, but these are the type of things you want to put out to your team. You want to be honest with people. You want to be fair with people. And you want to tell the truth. Now, we've looked at this in the presentation. Why is it in my training? Sometimes if people are only joined last night, they need to see it again. But what I want them to do is keep good records. My accountant said to me, keep good records of your income and keep me good records of your outgoings, and we'll talk next year. Keep me good records of your income, keep me good records of your expenses, and we'll talk next year. So keep good records. Here's my account. It started this day. So all I did was screenshot the account and said, okay, here's the account starting date. I'll put a little circle around that. I'll put an arrow here, and I'll start showing people how it works. And then keep progressing your story, your account, and how it grows and how it develops. All right. Some people say to me, well, how can you make all this money? Where are they getting all this money from? Well, have you heard of CoinMarketCap? This is where the information from all of the cryptocurrencies are going on right now, all the different exchanges. And I want you to look here for the last 24 hours. Can you see 24 hours? In 24 hours, this CoinGo made 2,000% in 24 hours. This one made 800%. This one made 540%. This one made 322%. Pepe Trump made 423% in 24 hours. Do you think it's possible that Aurum can make 0.3 of 1%, 0.4 of 1%, 0.7, 0.5? So Aurum's making about 17, 18% a month. Look here in a day, in an hour, 1 hour percentage. This coin made minus 10%. This one made plus 18 in 1 hour. We're making 17 a month, not 1 hour. So that'll give you some scope of what's happening in the market with cryptocurrency. It is volatile, but when the AI can pick up these movements and just safely just grab a little percentage every day, that's how we make our money. Yeah, look at this here. On this account here, for this last 30 days, this account made $2 million, over $2 million in 30 days. Look over here, trading bot, $2 million in 30 days with just a small $15 million float. It's very, very possible when you speak to the experts, when you speak to the guys that understand trading. It's very, very possible. Now, you know where to get the card. The card's available on the ZooSpot right now. Actually, it's not called the ZooSpot. The card's available on the Aurum Neo Bank. So you need to think about this as being a bank. And I say to people, hey, if I could show you a banking app that could make you 17 to 20% a year on your money, would you take a look at it? If I could show you a banking app that allows you to get 17 to 20% a year on your money, would you take a look at it? It's better than property. It's better than gold. Yeah, sure. So that's a wee phrase that you might learn to, and of course it's the exchange that does it. The exchange gives you that 17 to 20%. If you say to people 17% a month, they won't believe it because they're not used to that. They're not accustomed to that. That's why you need to keep good records. That's why you need to show them your own account growing. But the Visa cards here on the Zeus, on the Neobank, and also these other trading bots. So I just want to spend a moment on the Zeus bot. On the Zeus bot, there are 6 trading bots: Bitcoin against the dollar, Doge against the dollar, Litecoin against the dollar, Pepe against the dollar, BNB against the dollar, and Ethereum against the dollar. Can you say what I just said? Can you say what I just said? Can you name me the 6 trading pairs in the Zeus bot? Bitcoin against the dollar, Doge against the dollar, Litecoin against the dollar, Pepe against the dollar, Ethereum against the dollar, and BNB against the dollar. We only have 6. Yeah, this shows you 4 of them. There's 2 missing. They're in the non-active section. If you press non-active, they'll come up. This customer put in 0.7 Bitcoin on the 31st of May last year. I'll say that again. This customer put in 0.7 of a Bitcoin on the 31st of May 2025. When they logged in again, it went to 0.74, 0.77, 0.79, and then it went to 0.81. You can see that on the screen. It had been trading for 14 hours and 59 minutes. It made 0.0005. The next time they logged in, it went to 0.82. The next time they logged in, it went to 0.84 of a Bitcoin. Then it went to 0.88. Then it went to 0.91, 0.93. It went all the way up to 0.96. 0.7 went to 96. Then it went to 0.99, almost a full Bitcoin. Then it went to a full Bitcoin. It went to 0.011, 0.12, and then the customer took out the full Bitcoin. They turned 0.7 into 1.2. That's half a Bitcoin. It took them from May to January, May. And it didn't count May because it was the last day of May they did it. So it was June, July, August, September, October, November, December. In 7 months, they made half a Bitcoin. $40,000 or $50,000 just with this one bot. No trading experience, no customers, no Zooms. That's the kind of products we have. Now, best thing you can do is qualify for this event. I'll say that again. Best thing you can do is qualify for this event. Why? In qualifying for this event, number 1, you build income, you build volume, you build momentum, but you also get the opportunity to spend almost a week with Brian Benson and the corporate team. And you'll hear whatever announcements it is. There's going to be some relaxation. We're heading up to the Maldives. There are 2 ways to qualify for this event. There are 150 qualifying positions, but each position is allowed to take a person with them. There are 150 qualifying positions for the Maldives, but each one of those 150 qualifying positions is allowed to take a guest with them. Could be partner, spouse, business partner, downline, team line, new member, doesn't matter. Once those 150 places are gone, which is 300 people are going here, but once those 150 places are gone, it's going to happen very quickly. It says here there's 76 days, before the event starts. 76 days. But there's only 150 places. I want you to look at the bottom right-hand side of the screen. Can you see the 28th of January? From the 28th of January is the 29th, the 30th, the 31st, and today's 4 days. In 4 days, 1/3 of these have gone. We'll take a look at it in a minute. Let me explain how to qualify. There are 2 ways to qualify, and there are 2 different packages. The first way to qualify is what we call direct qualification. Can you see here? Direct qualification. 12 people have done it. In 4 days, 12 people did it. Now, how do you qualify direct? You need $50,000 frontline sales. 50,000 frontline. That could be 10 customers with $5,000 each. So put on 2 tomorrow, 2 customers the next day, all at 5,000. Do 10 customers, you're going to Bali, or not to Bali, to the Maldives. The other way to qualify is do 100,000. The only difference is you get more money towards your flight and you get an exclusive VI privileges. I don't know what that is. Maybe out on a yacht, maybe some special room at the location. Maybe, I don't know what they're going to do for VIPs, but 50K gets you there. 100K gets you the VIP package. The 50K package gives you $1,500 contribution towards your flights, but once you arrive, I don't think you're going to need any money. You'll be picked up at the airport. You'll be brought to the 5-star resort. Your room is all paid for. Your food, everything's covered for you. It's incredible. If you get the VIP level, you get 2,500 towards your flights. Now, even if your flights are only 2,000, you keep the 500. They give you the money anyway, and you get the exclusive package. So that's one way to qualify, is the direct qualification. The other way to qualify is over here, is the network qualification. How does that work? Have a look at the screen, guys. The network qualification is like this. If you do 250,000 of business inside the first 7 generations inside your business, if it grows to 250,000 of sales, you're qualified. It's the exact same as doing 50 yourself or 250 in 7 levels. That's the difference. It's for 2 people, it's 1,500. The other way to qualify is $500,000 inside 7 levels. $500,000 inside 7 levels. You get 2,500 plus the VIP package. So that was the 28th. Have a look at the date here. 1st of February, 9 minutes before this training started. There's only 94 places left. So since this launch, there are 56 people qualified. There's only 94 places left. So don't be thinking this is going to be around next month. I'd say everybody, all them qualifications will go this month. All right? So I hope you understand that. You can do $250,000 in 7 levels or $500,000. Yeah? This customer here, look, did 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. This customer did 1.8 million. So they're well qualified. But you only need $500,000 or 250. That's just the same. That gets you there. So go to work and try and qualify. At these events, things happen. At these events, people make decisions. At these events, people come away more serious. After these events, your business goes like that. I've just noticed after every event, there's just a massive upswing. Over 6,000 people joined my business this week. 6,000 people in 1 week. What does that tell you? Just after the event, it goes crazy. And we only do 2 things in this business. We find customers and we find customer gatherers. What is a customer gatherer? Somebody that gets customers. That's it. Every business needs customers. The shop needs customers. The hotel needs customers. Taxi driver needs customers. Yeah? The government needs customers. You're a customer of your government. They need you to collect taxes, to pay bills, to keep the country moving. Your next door neighbor, everybody needs customers. So your business needs customers. You find some customers, and then you find some people to find some customers. That's our business. Find some customers. You can find 1, 2, 3, 4 customers. That's plenty. You can find as many as you wish. And then you find some people that are going to find customers as well. That's how I describe our business. Where are these customers? Everywhere. Everywhere. I showed you how to get customers on demand. Didn't I? These customers are everywhere. You just need to become a magnet to pull them towards you. You've got to become attractive. And that's something you have to work on. You have to work on your skills. You have to work on your presentations. You have to work on your pitch. Yeah, you've got to get this mystery pitch. My pitch is a mystery. It's a mystery. Why? Because I say, who do you know that wants to make more money in 26 than they've made in this last 3 years wrapped together? Huh? Who do you know wants to make more money in 26 than they've made in this last 3 years? Gee, everybody wants to make more money. Who? Tell me. This one. Me. I wasn't thinking of you. Wow. If I send you a link to information, would you take a look at it? Yeah, it's a mystery. They don't know what it is. Because if you try explaining what it is, they see you in the profession you come from. If you're a taxi driver, they say, hey, what does a taxi driver know about AI finance? If you're a nurse, oh, what does a nurse know about AI finance? If you're a student, what does a student know about AI finance? If you own a hardware store, what does a hardware store owner know about AI? They see us in the profession they know us from, in the job or career. And therefore, they don't accredit us with any respect when we talk about these things. And therefore, don't do it unless you can. Here's what I tell you. Say nothing until you can say everything. Got it? Say nothing until you can say everything. But the easiest way is get somebody else to tell your story. You bring them to the presentation, somebody else explains it for you. That makes it easier for you. Have you noticed I'm the only one talking? The person that invited you here hasn't opened their mouth yet. And that's called hard work. Well, it might be hard work listening to me. That's as hard as it gets. So, we're in the AI business, aren't we? You want to play around with this one? I came up with this. When did I come up with this? I came up with this on the airplane. Some of you know this. What kind of business are you in? I'm in the AI business. AI! You know what AI is? We use it with the horses. Artificial insemination. Yeah, artificial insemination. No, we're in the AI business. AI stands for what? Additional income. AI, additional income business. We're in the AI business, the additional income business. We're looking for people that want to earn more money. Yeah? Why do we want to earn more money? Everybody wants more money. Our product is more money. When you go to bed tonight, your bot makes you more money tomorrow. And when you're eating, your bot makes you more money. And when you're sleeping, your bot makes you more money. And when you're driving, the bot makes you more money. And when you're listening to me, the bot makes you more money. Our product is more money. Who do you know wants to make more money? We're in the AI business, the additional income business. We're in the alternative investment business. Why? Because most people don't understand crypto. They understand gold, silver, diamonds, oil, art, and property. They don't understand cryptocurrency. This is an alternative asset that we're creating, an alternative asset that we're developing. USDT is growing, our Bitcoin's growing, our BNB's growing, our Ethereum's growing. We're in the all-in business. Get into the water, get all in. Don't go dip your toe and stop. Get all in, get immersed in the water. You can't swim outside the pool. Did you ever see somebody going outside the pool and going, people look at you, they're all lying in their deck chairs. They're all sitting with their deck chairs and their sunglasses, and you're standing outside the pool doing this here. And they say, what are you doing? Getting rid of flies? No, I'm practicing my swimming. But you're not in the water. You're outside the pool. You got to get in the water. Go down the steps and start doing that. Don't walk around the pool doing this. They'll think you're crazy. Get all in. I'm in the AI business. I'm in the all in. And that's where you'll get your success. You can't lead and grow people unless you're leading and growing yourself. It takes a lot of reading, a lot of research, a lot of practice, a lot of personal development, but it's all there to be learned. And when you're leading and growing yourself, then you can lead and grow others. You've got to prepare for the success. You've got to put the little jigsaw. Oh, the first time I heard it sounded good, but the second time it was all clunky. I didn't know what this piece went and how that works, and I don't know how Zeus works, and how do I fund my bot, and where is this, and how do I read? Yes, it's clunky. But my training is to try and put the picture together and make it a simple picture for you. It's quite easy. If you keep showing up and keep learning, you'll be able to put the pieces together. You go, wow, you got it. Do you remember the first time you drove a car? How horrible was that? Boom, the car jumped forward. Boom, what's going on? Seatbelt, mirror, this mirror, that mirror. Have a look over your shoulder. What's coming? Put that left foot in. Turn the key. Put the indicator on. No. Oh, it was clunky. And you didn't know what to do when you came to the junction. You didn't know what to do at the lights. But you did it again and again and again and again. And now you can drive without thinking. You're driving down to the roundabout and you just automatically indicated, why did I do that? Because your brain just knew automatically. You've got to get your business effortless. You've got to get into that full of preparation if you want success. You've got to start using the tools. You've got to start using your training. Is all your team on this training? Let me have a look. 144 people. No, your team's not on the training. That's why your business isn't growing. Your team is not on the training. Why? Because you don't know how to promote events. Promoting events is one of the biggest things you could do in our business, you know. Now, I know some of you new people, yes, this is new to you, fantastic. But those of you that have been in the business before, you should be, you should know how to build for events, or you haven't learned from the past. You've got to take notes and reflect on those notes. I'm just going to, Armando, how are you, sir? I didn't know you were in tonight's training. Welcome to the call. Abu's here. Adoronki's here. Alpha D's always here. Andy Bottle's here as always. Andrea's here. Armando's here. Wow. CJ. CJ? Which CJ is that? Not my CJ. CK's here as well. CK and CG's here. Wow. Dale's here. Denise is here. Denise Daly. Eddie's here. Dino's here. Dino's here. Wow. Hi, Dino. How are you? Denise is here. Who else is here? Eddie's here. Faraji. Faraji. Faraji Brian. Faraji or Faraji? G, sir. How are you? Ferora, you're here again. You're always here. iPhone. Glenn, how are you? How's things going, Glenn? Welcome to tonight's call. iPhone 10's here. iPhone 069141. There's a good one. That's the new number. Can't wait till I'm that old till I get that phone. It's the iPhone 069141, guys. It's coming. It's the new one. James Bond, the almighty James Bond is in the house. Jason here, always here. Jason, how are you? John Bone is in the room. Never misses a trick, that guy. The only reason he's here is it's too dark to clean the windows, I'll tell you. Junior's in the house. How are you, Junior? Kevin Wilkes, how's Kevin? Good. Non Keeney's in the house. Lady Clayton's in the house. Lawrence is in the house. My goodness, Marcel's in the house. Johnson's in the house. Oh, it's jumping. Oh, where are we going? Mella's in the house. ND Lux is in the house. Netra's in the house. NM _ Elmar's in the house. Olajidi. I'm pronouncing that wrong. I'm going to call you by your middle name. Matthew's in the house. Marcel's putting up the hand. Marcel Jansen's putting up the hand. Passive Avenger is in that. Now, if that's Passive Avenger, who I think it is, it's 1:20 in the morning. If that's who I think it is. Praise is in the house. Robert is in the house. Robert S is in. Oh, jumped away back to the start, guys. I have to go way back down here. I don't know. I'll go to the very bottom. Let's see. Rony Tony's in the house. Sabir's in the house. Sir Lancelot, how are you? Sir John's in the house. Ufuoma's in the house. Rolf's in the house. I'm going to do no more. Anyway, I'm just going to wrap up here because I could keep talking for... I honestly think I could talk for 10 hours non-stop without even a drink. Be prepared to fail. That's how you get success. What you try out at the beginning doesn't work. You try it again, you improve, you alter, you twist, and you will perfect it over time. Yeah? You try and throw a dart at a board, it hits the wall, you throw it again, it falls short, you hit the thing and it bounces off, and then you get to learn the flight, then you get how to work. Bow and arrow, same idea. Oh, how do you hit the center? Just keep practice, just keep focus, you just keep zoning in, stay close to the fire. Why? When you stay close to the fire, when you stay at every training, every event, you're warm. When you move away from it, you get into the distance, you're gone, you get cold. Put logs on the fire. What are the logs? The logs are your new people. Keep adding logs to the fire. Make the fire bigger. Make everybody warmer. Increase your... I'm not going to play my son here. I'm going to wrap up. I'll tell you why. I had a very sore throat. coming off Dubai, whether it was the aircon, whether it was the airplane, whether it was the travel. I did so many Zooms this week as well, and I don't know how my voice has held up to it, but I'm going to leave it there tonight. I think we've just done enough. There's plenty more we could do. We'll do some different subjects the next time, maybe see what kind of form I'm in. But I want to thank you all. I want to wish you a very successful week ahead. Make sure you qualify for that event. That should be your biggest target. Make sure you change your rank by the next training next week. See, can you change your rank? If you're not Voyager, be Voyager by next week, guys. That would be a great thing to do. Maybe by the 7th of January, you could be Voyager. How does that sound? How does that sound? 7th of January, a whole week. I think you should do Voyager in about 72 hours. 72 hours you should hit Voyager. Lots of people are doing it the first day. So Voyager's not that difficult. It's 7,500 of total team trading. Whether you bring those customers or some of your people bring them, 7,500 in total. It could be one customer would get you there. Very, very simple. Vanguard, you should do that by the end of the month, 28 days. How do you do Vanguard? Well, if you help 2 Voyagers, 7.5 and 7.5, that's 15. You're still short. And some people don't realize you need two Voyagers to go Vanguard. I don't know if you know, you need 2 Voyagers on 2 different legs. The good news is you don't have to have them frontline. They can be anywhere. But why is it that you need 2 Voyagers? Because if you try to build a one-leg business, you're never going to get up the plan. You need 2 Voyagers. And that gets 2 legs built in. And one brings 7.5, the other brings 7.5. That's 15,000. You're still short. But by putting that in place, those 2 Voyagers, it helps you get closer to Vanguard. Vanguard Pro is going to need 2 Vanguards. You know, you're going to have a look at the qualifications in your back office. You need to be qualified, I'd say, by the 20th of February. I don't think there'll be many places left. If 50 places have gone in the first week, I would say we might even have 3 weeks, but make sure you're qualified by the 20th. Get the action going there. Also, I should say by the 7th of March, you need to be using all of those products. And of course, maybe order your Visa card a little bit after that. So the next thing I can say is make sure that a lot of your customers are on the system. Some of your customers are on the system, but they're not funded. So they don't know how to get USDT. They maybe have got questions that need answered. So make sure that you follow up on all your customers. Treat every customer as special. In this example, there were 2,369 customers registered, but only 1,288 had a deposit made. So half the customers weren't even funded. Have a look at your own accounts. Get into your team's accounts. Have a look and change those numbers. Try and get those accounts funded. Follow up. Get the business moving. But that's the bad news. What's the good news? The good news that 1,288 people are all making money every day. Anybody that's funded makes money every day. The poor people that are sitting there with an account not funded, they're not making money every day. And they could be. So try and help your team. Try and improve those odds. And rank up through that plan. Get that Voyager done by the 7th of February. Let's go to Vanguard by the end of the month. I think everybody should aim for Vanguard by the end of the month. Try and get that qualification done. And I wish you every success with the platform. Again, we'll do some comp plan training as well. The 3,000 LV is a number that the software is looking to promote you. It doesn't really affect you at all. You get paid commissions on the full value, the full USDT value, but the software is looking to pick up LV, which is 40% of that. So 40% of 7,500 is 3,000. That's why it's shown in your back office. You don't need to focus on that at all. The software is looking for that number to promote you, but you're getting paid on this number. This is the number in the blue that we focus on. 7,500 gets you Voyager. 25,000 of USDT gets you Vanguard, as long as you've got the structure requirement, which is 2 Voyagers on separate legs. Again, to go Vanguard Pro, you need 2 Vanguards on separate legs. Great news. You don't need to introduce those Vanguards yourself. They can appear anywhere in depth. So focus on the pale blue. Get those volumes going. Get those ranks. help other people get what they want, and you most certainly will get what you want. That's how our plan works. With that said, thanks everyone. We'll see you again soon, and we'll be back next weekend with the same kind of training for your teams. Get your teams registered, get new people on board, get them to the training, take notes, and I wish you every success. I hope you have a very profitable week ahead. Thanks everyone. Have a great evening. Bye bye.